Okay, smarty pants, you know the speed of sound. You even know the speed of light. But do you know the speed of thought? Let's get started. Any person who's more than 25% body fat would be described as unhealthy and obese. But your brain is 60% fat, and it needs to be to stay healthy. This is what most people picture when they think of the brain. The cerebrum. It's the largest part of the brain, and it has these shallow grooves called sulci. And it also has areas around the grooves that are known as gyri. Now let's take a look at the top part of the brain. It's got a long groove that splits the left and right hemispheres of the cerebrum. It's called the longitudinal fissure. Your cerebrum makes up most of your brain, and it's got 4 lobes. Each lobe has its own unique functions. The cerebrum is divided into 4 lobes. The frontal lobe, shown here in white, has a wide variety of functions. Motor functions, problem solving, memory, language, and impulse control. The parietal lobe, shown here in red, is responsible for sensation, reading, writing, math, and speaking. The occipital lobe will make that yellow. That's responsible for visual processing, seeing colors, ability to see. The temporal lobe, shown here in green, is responsible for auditory processing. It also holds 2 key areas, Broca's and Wernicke's area. Wernicke's area is responsible for understanding speech, and Broca's area is responsible for producing speech. What do your brain and this light bulb have in common? They both run on electricity, about 20 watts. The brain stem controls basic body functions like breathing, swallowing, heart rate, and blood pressure. It consists of the midbrain, the pons, and the medulla oblongata. The medulla oblongata deals with autonomic functions like breathing, heart rate, and blood pressure. The pons is responsible for sleep, respiration, swallowing, bladder control. The thalamus regulates consciousness and sleep. The hypothalamus has a very important function. It helps link the nervous system to the endocrine system via the pituitary gland. It also controls body temperature and hunger. The speed of thought is really, really fast.
Faster than a Ferrari?
Yes, it is faster than a Ferrari.
Not faster than a Bugatti.
Actually, it's even faster than a Bugatti. And so, actually, your body has its own electrical system. It uses a neuron. That's the type of cells that the brain uses to send signals. And so, the neuron has several important parts. They have dendrites and axons. Dendrites are where they receive signals, and axon is where they send signals. On the axon, there is a myelin sheath. It's a fatty sheath that has in between it these little nodes called the nodes of Ranvier. These nodes allow the electrical impulse to travel much more quickly. Neurons are kind of like cell phone cords. Cell phone cords have a protective covering, and so do your neurons, the myelin sheath. But what would happen if your neurons lost that protective covering, just like this cell phone cord? In healthy neurons, Schwann cells help produce the myelin sheath. But in people who are affected with multiple sclerosis, the myelin sheath is damaged. There are many symptoms of multiple sclerosis: vision loss, blurred vision, pain, fatigue, tremors, muscle paralysis, dizziness, reduced sensation of touch, anxiety. MS is inherited through family members. 1 out of 1,000 Americans have it. Women are twice as likely to get it than men, and usually are diagnosed between ages 20 and 50. MS is more prevalent in northern climates. Scientists hypothesize that the reason for this is that people in northern climates get less sunlight, and it causes their bodies to synthesize less vitamin D. You just completed a 10-mile run. Your muscles are exhausted. You wake up the next day and you can hardly walk. Imagine going through that kind of pain and fatigue every single day of your life just from doing simple tasks like bringing groceries in from the car or climbing stairs. Well, for people with multiple sclerosis, that is a reality.